episode 7 of The Real Movie Show. I'm Tom Carragher.
I'm Peter Evans.
And I'm Simon Conroy.
Each week we bring you a review, a preview, and we dust off a classic DVD from our vault.
In this week's Up and Coming, we'll be looking at Transformers Dark of the Moon, directed by Michael Bay, who's done Bad Boys, Armageddon and the Island, and starring Shia LaBeouf and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, who is a Victoria's Secret model.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look.
At her rack.
Everything humans know of our planet, we were told, had been shared. You lied to us. You've made a grave mistake.
So guys, what do you think of it?
Well, I didn't like the first Transformers film. I didn't like the second Transformers film, but I really enjoyed the trailers. And I thought, you know, when it was advertised, I thought, I can't wait to see this film. It's Steven Spielberg and it's Michael Bay. Wasn't that excited about Michael Bay, but Spielberg being involved, thought it was going to be great. I've got the same feeling again with this one, where I see the trailer thinking, it looks like this time you've got it right. Part of me thinks it's going to be the big summer blockbuster and it's going to be amazing, then another part of me thinks it's just going to be robots fighting each other and not much else going on. And it's interesting to see it's Michael Bay's, it's his first threequel that he's done, and it'd be interesting to see what he does after this. But at the moment, before I've seen it, I am excited about it because the trailer is a really good trailer. What about your thoughts?
What more do you want than robots? Massive robots fighting on. That's all you need. You don't need anything else for a film, as far as I'm concerned. You know, the trailer. If you watch the trailer, what else did you expect from the film? What else do you expect from it? You see the trailer and you see massive explosions and robots fighting and swords and explosions and everything else, and you're thinking, like, what? I want a character arc. You want a story.
You get a bit of plot expansion.
Do you want robots?
Megan Fox out of it, but other than that, like.
But Megan Fox was only.
If you liked it,
yeah. Megan Fox was only there. Megan Fox was a waste of time anyway. Really.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not a waste of time. She was, she was good looking, but this next girl's even better looking and younger.
My argument is, though, Michael Bay is very good at making trailers. Those films are good for 4 minutes, but for 2 hours of just seeing all that go on constantly with nothing else, there's got to be a good story in there.
Well, Armageddon's a good film, for instance, and he is good at making these like apocalyptic style films, you know what I mean, like, or really big.
And I think it's led up to that, hasn't it? The films have led up to that kind of thing, where it will led up to a confrontation between humans and robots, and obviously the Autobots being in between the two. I'm
not a Michael Bay hater. I hated the Transformers films, but I actually thought The Island, which was a flop, I thought that was a really good film. It had a good story. It was, I enjoyed it when I found out it was Michael Bay, because I think it was on TV one night when I didn't really know what it was.
I actually bought that on DVD.
I really enjoyed
paid money for it, and I thought it was quite a good film.
So, I mean, that's my thoughts. I think it's going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be great, but I think it's going to be crap.
Right. Okay. I think it's going to be good, and I think it is good. I think the trailer looks good. I think it gives away quite a lot of the action. It shows what's going to happen. It gives a narrative to it, etc., etc. I think it's going to be good.
I think it'll do exactly what it says in the tin. I mean, like I say, it's basically it's just like I say, it's a plot expansion. There's more robots, and that's it.
Yeah. More robots, more fighting, which is what cool. and Victoria's Secret's one.
Well, they also the filmmakers from the last Transformers 2, they came out and they said, we know we dropped it on this one. We know it's not a good film. They've admitted that it wasn't a great film. So this is like an apology for that. So, and that's why I'm I think this is going to be cool. Hopefully it's going to be cool. But then that could just be marketing to get you. No, this isn't going to be bad. This is going to be great. So we'll just have to see. It comes out the end of June. So we'll be the first to see it and let you know what we think.
Yeah, we will.
This week's review is The Hangover Part 2, directed by Todd Phillips, who did Road Trip, Old School, The Hangover, and he also did Due Date. It's the same team again: Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, and Zach. Don't ask me how to pronounce his second Galifianakis name, and Justin Bartha. So yeah, we went to see that yesterday. Let's take a look.
Hey everybody, here's some fun facts. The population in Thailand is 63 million people. It is twice the size of Wyoming. None of you know Stu like I do. I can't even tell you what we've been through because we made a pact. What I can tell you is this. This is not Stu's first marriage. There was a horror...
So Tom, what did you think of The Hangover 2?
I thought it was genius. I thought it was a great film. I thought structurally it was all there. Everything was in there, the fade and reveals and everything else, and the forgetful moments, the comedy, everything was there. It's great. Entertainment, it was great. It was The Hangover 1, but laid on thicker, different location, more exotic, more, type jokes in there, and it was great. I really liked it. I liked it a lot. That's all I've got to say. Honest to God, guys. I mean, go out there and see it. If you like The Hangover 1, you're going to love this.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. Basically, it's the big difference is that they've moved the plot to Thailand or Thailand. And basically, I think that's something more for the what is it be called? Bang pussy. The main thing, the reason for that is just basically for the American audience, which it's nice to see, but it's an exploration for them. But it's put in Bangkok, like I say, where kind of anything can happen. It's like, in America, Vegas is a big place where anything can happen.
Exactly.
This is really like the big melting pot. I mean, like it
makes them
scale, isn't it?
It makes them. They're a bit more in peril in this one. It's not like. At least everyone spoke American. Everyone speaks English in America, really. So, in Vegas, so you're going to be okay. You get lost, you go, "Excuse me, help me." But in this one, it was like, they could really be screwed at some point, but
they could just get smacked around with sticks and all kinds.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you both. I hated this film. I didn't like the first Hangover, but I went in to see this with an open mind.
Have you had Hangover?
And the film started, and the first 15 minutes I thought, yeah, this is all right. Actually, I'm finding some of the jokes funny. But then, as soon as they wake up hungover, it was exactly the same film. It's as if they got the script from the first one, and they went, right, okay, instead of a lion, we'll have a monkey joke. Instead of a tooth, we'll have the guy wake up, he'll have a tattoo on his face. And it was like the same gags from the last film, and I found myself bored. I did laugh. I think I laughed about 5 times, because some of it is quite funny. But it is exactly the same film from everything in there. So to me, it was a big disappointment. I mean, I wasn't expecting much because, as I said, I didn't enjoy The Hangover 1. I don't like these characters.
Did you think it was a good film, or do you take
what about that
taste out of it? If you don't like that, if you didn't like the first one, I mean, it is so much like the first one, isn't it? Really? I agree with, like you say, even with the replacement of the animal and stuff like that, but they're integral to the actual, like Tommy said, to the reveal of the plot. Like, you need all these little things in there, these little clues. I mean, at the little points I was thinking, look at the monkey, it's wearing clothes, you know what I mean? Like, is that relevant, you know what I mean? And things like that become it, and that's the interesting things about them. You've got to have them in there. But I thought it was very, like you say, as a formula goes, it's the same formula, but I thought it was very well written and put together. I can understand, like you say, I can understand some people hating it because if it's just not your cup of tea, do you know what I mean?
It could have been a remake in my eyes. It could have been, had it been different characters, it could have been the Bangkok version with different actors, completely different, and it could have been a Bangkok version of The Hangover where they basically take that story, exactly the same jokes, exactly the same characters, with exactly the same, like, when I say the same jokes, it's literally got the same beats, the same punchlines. And it was, as I said, the first 15 minutes was like, this is quite funny, I'm enjoying this, because it was something, they were getting ready to go to the airport and all that kind of stuff was going, and they were convincing the guy to let him go to the wedding. It was humorous, and up until even the wedding speech, which was funny, which they showed that part in the trailer. But then, as I say, from that moment they wake up in the hotel, it was the same film, and it was a film that I didn't enjoy the first time round, so the second time round it was just boring. Well, I won't give anything away, but I mean, if you've seen the first one, you've seen the second one. And when you've... after you've seen it, leave a few comments, and if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, don't leave some comments.
This week's DVD dust-off is Pete's turn.
And it's Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah.
It's starring Kurt Russell and Kim Cattrall for all you Sex and the City fans. It's directed by John Carpenter, who's done a hell load of vampire films. Some good, some bad.
Well, he also did The Thing, didn't he?
Oh, The Thing?
And
he's
Halloween?
Done a crash amount of creature films.
Why did he need to pick The Thing?
He's a massive creature filmmaker, and this is what this is. It's the story of Kurt Russell, who ends up rocking his little truck into Chinatown. It goes vanishing on him. He goes to try and find it, and before he knows it, you've got like thunder, lightning, and wind gods blowing the place to shit, basically.
There is a hidden world where ancient evil weaves a modern mystery.
What's going on here? Is this some kind of...
I love that film. I think it's got such... I remember when I love the title of it, Big Trouble in Little China. It's just such a genius title. I wish I came up with a title like that. It is just genius, and the film is great because Kurt Russell in it. Do you remember his character's name?
It's where big trouble.
Oh, do you know what, eh? That's a struggle, that.
Oh, well, neither can I, but it's coming to me. But it's all in the reflexes.
Can you just wait there while you remember?
It's all in the reflexes. But I love it because he's not even the hero in it. He doesn't do anything in that film to help them along. He's just falling all over the place. He doesn't fight any. He tries to fight people, but he doesn't fight people. He does not one person out. It's all the other people around him, and that's what's genius about it.
He is the hero, though, isn't he? It's like a lot of heroes.
He is. He's
to get to where
but it's not
people around him who are soldiers and who can do all that stuff. But it's about the integrity of the character, kind of thing, isn't it?
No, I think he's making a point of it. I think he's making a point of him not like in most films. You have the hero, Charlton Heston, will go out and shoot people.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's an idiot.
Yeah, he is, and he's an idiot.
He's a coward.
Yeah,
he's making a point of that as well.
But he's a coward who's trying to be as if he's the big man.
Yeah.
And that's what's great
about it. That's the whole point of it. Really, isn't it?
And it is such a good film, and it kind of just came from nowhere, that film. In fact, it was one of them that I saw on VHS, because it was
What's
just...
that?
Well,
I'm too young to remember what that is.
Yeah, well, Peter told me about them, and...
I'm actually old.
He's actually 90. But yeah, it was one of those, when it was rented out, I was like, oh, what's this going to be like? And it was amazing. It was really, really good, and it was quite scary as well. I remember... there was that guy who was quite young. Yeah.
The fellow who inflates, like.
Yeah. And wasn't some of the Mortal Kombat characters taken from that film? The Raiden,
Raiden,
with the baskets on their head.
Lightning.
But yeah, what a film! It's great. I should have picked that for one of mine, but that's an awesome choice.
Yeah.
Do you know what made me think of it when you chose Gremlins? Because I love that film, and I think that, do you know what I mean? I love those type of films where it's not about CGI. It's about these real puppets kind of thing, which some look absolute rubbish, but some
stand the test of time, don't they?
Yeah.
Gremlin stands the test of time.
I think The Thing does as well.
Yeah,
the John Carpenter's film.
Yeah.
Oh, they're remaking that as well, unfortunately. So yeah.
No, one seriously.
Can I just have a quick rant, please? Do we know how many films were remade or reimagined or sequeled this year? Do you know what percentage in Hollywood it is?
2.
I think it's 98% of films, of Hollywood releases this year have been sequels or reimaginings or remakes.
What they should have.
Can someone make some films, please?
X-Men Hang On.
Do stuff like that where it's like
X-Men Hang On what?
Instead of like the Hangover, you say, oh, you can't make enough one. Well, you can, because you can make it with the American Pies as well. Any situation, the people can be even different. But The Thing is like, if you're remaking a thing and you actually do it slavishly, it'll be rubbish.
Yeah.
Because the classic is really a good film. And if they try and make it different, it's like a snub in the face to the classic as well. So it's like, they should just bring out the original again.
Thank you for watching episode 7 of The Real Movie Show. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. I've been Tom Carragher.
I've been Peter Evans.
And I've been Simon Conroy. These are all good for the outtakes. That was good. That was fine.